Long, long ago, in the exiled times, lived a clever and smart boy, and his name was Shang Yu. He was 10 years old, and he wore an old-soled blue t-shirt. He had patches in his grey shorts, and they were ripped in the back. He had black, dirty sandals. Shang lived in an old sandy village with lots of people around. The houses had orange curves, roofs, and walls were made out of dry white pale sand. Shang was a very clever boy, but had never went to school. Shang loved to make toys like pandas, frogs, and dragons to sell because that always made him smile. He would make them from leftover rubbish and scraps that he could find. Each day, Shang would sit on the streets to sell his toys, but unfortunately, nobody wanted to buy his toys. The other children used to laugh at Shang for sitting on the street. He would get bullied for making plastic toys out of people's used rubbish, but Shang never let that stop him from making toys because Shang believed that God will always protect him no matter what.
One day, Shang went out to build toys as he normally would. He went to search for plastic in the piles of rubbish in the streets. He wanted all types of plastics, some small, some medium, and some large piece. The more he looked, the further away he got home. Following Shang, where a gang of 3 boys he came up to, Shang started to push and shove him. Xian, who was the leader of the gang, crushed Shang's toys that he had built.
"Get out, you loser, you'll never achieve anything in life,"
shouted Xian. All the boys started laughing at Shang. When he arrived home, he went straight onto his bed and prayed to God, saying, "Oh God, please help me and protect me from Xian. He is constantly bullying me and breaking my inventions."
A couple of minutes later, Shang heard a voice. There was no one else in the room. All he could hear was a voice saying,
"Young child, don't worry, I'll be here for you. Remember not to give up and keep going, and don't let him come to you," whispered God.
Next day, Shang went out and done what God asked him to do. Shang never gave up. Day after day, he kept building toys. He would find plastic and he would piece them up together, getting tape and painting. Then Shang eventually finished his new masterpiece.
Without hesitating, Shang started building more. He had believed God's words. Afterwards, Shang started selling more of the toys he had made. Over time, he started to earn more money. He started to save the money. He was able to build his own store, and Shang had now have a good life and never got bullied again.